team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. I don't know how I feel about this video, y'all, but let's just get into it. We got Richard Jefferson argues that Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time. I don't know, man. I don't know. But before we get into this video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 10K. If you love watching videos like this, you're on the right channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know if you feel like Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time. And if not, who is the greatest Laker of all time? Because y'all know who I'm going to pick. Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe Bryant is the greatest Laker of all time. I think even Magic said that. Like, Magic even said that Kobe was the greatest Laker of all time. So I think I'm going to throw that clip in here just to prove my point. But I don't know.
He has never cheated us as the fans. He's played through injuries. He's played hurt. And we have 5 championship banners to show for it. When you think about this town, for the last 20 years, this man has been the biggest and greatest celebrity we've had in this town for 20 years. He is not only a great and unbelievable sports icon, but also he's the greatest to wear the purple and gold.
Surprised to hear that you said Kobe was the greatest Laker ever.
Yeah, he is. I mean, when you think about what Kobe has achieved, you know, we both had 5 championships. He did it his way with him dominating the scoring and really putting the team on his back, and I did it my way with my leadership and really trying to make sure that I put our team in a position to win, and we did that. But at the end of the day, you know, who cares whether it's him or I?
I care.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta give Magic his credit. Like, Magic is one of the GOATs. He's like, to me, he's the greatest point guard of all time. He saved the NBA along with Larry Bird. You know, without them, the NBA wouldn't be what it is today. So I gotta give him his flowers. I gotta give him his credit. But to sit here and say that he's the greatest Laker of all time over my guy, I can't do it, man. But let's just get into the video. We got Richard Jefferson argues that Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time. Let's get.
Do you have a Mount Rushmore?
I don't. We're really gonna piss off some people. I'll say this. I think Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time. I think he prolonged Kareem's career, which allowed Kareem to reach the heights that he did, in my humble opinion.
That's
I
deep.
think Magic Johnson changed the...
Before he finished that, would y'all say was that true? Did Magic prolong Kareem's career? Like, without Magic, do you think Kareem would have retired 3 to 5 years earlier or something? Like, let me know what y'all think about that. Is he off or is he true? Or is it true?
What he was able to do. He made the NBA relevant. When people talk about Steph, because I feel like we have a duty as people that love the sport and love talking about it. The league was tape delayed. NBA finals were tape delayed in the 80s. Magic Johnson. His name is fucking Magic Johnson. He built this empire with Larry Bird, and then Jordan came after that. So it's like Magic Johnson, as far as importance to the league, he's got to be a top 3 player.
For sure.
Right? Of importance
100%.
To the league, especially during the years of the league actually expanding. You had to have something to market, and he did it beautifully. And you go back, what he did as a rookie in the damn NBA Finals, going for fucking 40 and fucking and playing center with no Kareem. Like, as a rookie? That's the shit this man was doing?
That's crazy.
And then goes on, and obviously his career was cut short, and there was this, but there was no doubt. Like, Michael Jordan used to look at Magic being like, that's the motherfucking dude. Not Isaiah, not Larry. MJ used to look at fucking Magic and was like, that's where I need to get to. Like just how everyone looks at Michael Jordan is that Jordan used to look at Magic and be like, not for as the same player, but as in like, that dude got 5 championships. That, you know what I'm saying? So I think Magic Johnson's the greatest Laker of all time. Only played for the Lakers. That's it. Shaq played for other places. Kobe would be the other person. Kareem had another stop. So
Magic's won.
Magic's won. Every other one won't be as long as that one, but I wanted to say that. I think Magic, Bron, Michael, and I would go Bill Russell. Those would be the 4 that I would put on there. And
Magic, Bron, Jordan, and Bill Russell.
Magic, Bron, Michael, and I would go Bill Russell.
Nah.
Those would be the 4 that I would put on there.
No Kareem.
And I respect other people's 4. I like just make sure. Oh, don't start shooting shots in my argument. Tell me your 4 and why, and we live with that. It's my fucking Mount Rushmore, not yours.
I respect it, RJ. I respect it.
Yeah, it's mine. It's mine.
It's a great mentality of life.
I don't want to hear your opinions about why mine is wrong. Just tell me yours. We'll talk about it. We might have some differences of opinions, and then we go our way.
Bring up a great point
I know.
about the 1980s. And the reality is, to me, comparing eras is fruitless. Particularly pre-Magic and Larry. Because to me, there's everything before them, and then there's everything after them. Mm-hmm. And I get criticized, and maybe it's rightfully so,
Probably.
for disrespecting other generations. I'm not disrespecting.
Yes, you are.
No,
You're fucking calling people plumbers is disrespectful.
They had
bro.
second jobs in the off season.
They did.
They didn't play basketball year round.
Yeah, Bob Pettit, who people don't know. If you don't know, Google Bob Pettit. Legend, right? Bob Pettit, he was my coach for the rookie all-star games, like sophomore game. So Bob Pettit, I didn't know really much about Bob Pettit. I go back and look, and he retired to go become an accountant,
yeah.
Right? And the dude averaged 25 points a game for like 10 straight years.
Yeah.
And he went to go become an accountant.
Like he was one of the few guys that shot over 40% in that era too.
I had no idea about that. That's great for you.
Yeah.
That's great for you. Richard Jefferson kind of funny.
Shooting average wasn't 40% until 1961.
That's crazy.
Well, no, my point I wanted to make was I get criticized over the last year and a half for disrespecting older generations. And the reality is I'm grateful for every player that came before me, every player that's going to come after me. It's a reality that players are each generation that passes, they're more skilled. They're more skilled. And we can talk about the aesthetics of the game or the strategy of the game or whatever, but the reality is they're better.
Like there were guys that didn't shoot jump shots.
What's better though? I guess you can say that the overall talent of the league has gotten better, but you can't sit here and tell me that there's players in the league that's just so much better than Larry Bird, that's so much better than Dr. J, that's so much better than Michael Jordan, and you know these the top players from back in the day. Like there's still not players in the league that's better than them. So I don't know how we can say that. Like again, yes, the worst player in the league right now is probably better than the worst player in the league back in the 80s. I will say that. But we're not about to sit here and just say that Larry Bird wouldn't average 30 in today's game. Like that's crazy. Or Magic wouldn't average 10 assists.
But if we want to talk about the real gratefulness, real gratefulness is for fucking Magic and Larry and Michael. Oh. The reason the NBA is what it is today is because of those 3 guys. You can't argue that.
That's why. And again, I'm Steph. Again, my love and respect for Steph because I love this game so much that I love the ambassadors of the game. That's why I think so many of us were hurt when Ja was going through what he was going through. Because we're like, Ja, bro, like you have a chance to be this ambassador and grow this game. Like your skills are one thing, your talent is one thing. We've seen all that. But you have an opportunity to be an ambassador for this game. And there's a weight that comes with that. So when he was saying he was dealing with stress, I fucking believe him. I believe him. That's a lot to be thrown at, a kid that, he wasn't like, no one knew who Ja was literally going almost into the draft. Like he had some highlights his year, but everyone was focused on Zion and his highlights.
Facts.
So like Ja all of a sudden gets this weight and, how he handled stress was, in a way, and he needs to address that. I think that's the part that hurt me because I want that for him and I love this game. But Magic, and that's when we kind of came up. You were a little bit younger than me. But it was like we came up watching NBC, you know, dun, 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 dun. I was the kid that was sitting there without cable but could watch 3 straight games on a Sunday or on a Saturday and listen to Marv Albert and listen to Bill Walton and Snapper Jones. Like, I would just in front of the television. Magic Johnson, we're not here if it's not because of Magic. We're not here if it's not because of Larry and what they put their bodies through and what they put their lives through. And then Michael Jordan being under a microscope that has never been seen before in modern sports, right? Like, yeah, you had the Muhammad Ali's, you had these guys, but he was the first one where it was like television was nonstop, there was ESPN was programming, and there was one highlight that Bob Costas did, you know, that little intro package.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, they were playing like I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly, and they're showing nothing but Michael Jordan highlights, and they're like, will Michael Jordan add to his 6th title? Will he go down as the great? And it's just full. I believe. You didn't even know who the fuck they were playing. You didn't even know that they were playing the Jazz because they did a 1-minute intro on I Believe I Can Fly with Michael Jordan, and he never let you down. He got there and he never let you down. So it was like Derek Jeter, like writing a storybook. It was like, if I could write it, that was him. And so Michael Jordan, I understand why he took a break, because no one had ever seen that type of scrutiny and intensity and growth, right? So I understand why he took a break. So I typically don't hold that against them, because not many humans had ever had to experience that.
You can see just how popular the Bulls still are in Asia.
Yeah,
you know, 20 years later, the business story of the sneakers. There's so many different angles with him, in particular. That has never been seen before, and really hasn't been seen since.
No, it hasn't. And he gave the template. He gave the template for Tiger. He gave the template for Kobe. He gave the, like, from the marketing standpoint, right? And so that's the part that's just like MJ's on a whole nother level from other things. Like, if you want to break down basketball, but other things, the I Want to Be Like Mike, the Space Jam. He was a pop culture figure that, like,
Facts.
he was a god. He still is.
I think those ratings, by the way, in the 90s were like 33.2, and we like hope for like 8 to 10 now.
Yeah.
And granted, there's cable and Netflix and Hulu and all the Amazon.
It's a different
Amazon. Amazon. We hope you had fun with us today.
Great video. They started going a little bit away from Magic, started talking about Michael Jordan, which I get it. Michael Jordan, like, Magic Johnson saved the NBA, but Michael Jordan made it global. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know. Would y'all say that Magic Johnson, I think it would probably be out of Magic, Kobe, Kareem, and maybe Elgin Baylor, on who, that's probably the Mount Rushmore of Lakers basketball. But who would y'all say is number 1? Who would y'all say was the greatest Laker of all time? Kobe or Magic? I think gotta be out of those two. But let me know in the comments. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.